What if a giant once built a stone bridge across the sea? And all that remains today are the stepping stones of his legend. Long before geology had an answer, people wove stories to explain the astonishing hexagonal columns along Ireland's northern coast. According to legend, these stones are the remains of a causeway built by a giant named Finn McCool. Finn lived across County Antrim in a time of giants. One day he was challenged by his rival, Benandonner, a giant from Scotland. To meet him across the sea, Finn constructed a vast stone causeway, a bridge of stepping stones, stretching toward the Scottish coast. But when Finn saw Benandonner up close, he realized the Scottish giant was far larger and stronger than he'd imagined. In fear, Finn fled back to Ireland, losing a boot along the way, now called the Giant's Boot. At home, Finn's clever wife Unang disguised him as a giant baby. When Benandonner saw the enormous child, he assumed its father must be impossible to defeat. Terrified, he fled back to Scotland, tearing up the causeway behind him, leaving only the scattered columns we see today. This tale may be myth, but it connects two real natural wonders: the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland and Fingal's cave on the Scottish island of Staffa, both formed by the same ancient lava flows. Around 60 million years ago, intense volcanic activity forced molten basalt toward the surface. As it cooled, it cracked into interlocking columns, mostly hexagonal, creating thousands of striking pillars stretching into the sea. Where the rock meets water, the columns form pathways that seem almost deliberate, like steps left behind by some colossal architect. But this patterned architecture is a natural consequence of cooling lava, contracting and breaking in predictable ways as thermal stress built up. Just across the North Channel lies Fingal's cave, a breathtaking vaulted cavern framed by the same hexagonal pillars. Ancient storytellers saw a connection. If the causeway were a bridge, Fingal's cave was its distant counterpart. Though the lava flows long predate humans, it's striking that the tale of Finn McCool links these distant shores, using myth to knit together real landscapes in a story of rivalry, cunning, and cosmic craftsmanship. So, were these stones laid by giants? In legend, yes. And that storytelling tradition reveals something deep about humans. We seek narrative in the face of the sublime. Nature's processes may be patient and impersonal, but our myths make them relatable. Next time you walk among these columns, consider both the science beneath your feet and the stories these stones have inspired for centuries. What myth would you tell?